Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Voki and I love reading books. And you should stick around if you love reading books as well. So, Liars makes no sense. I'm sorry to break it to you. That's just my opinion. I finally got to read this beloved recommendation on Book Talk, and I cannot just help but wonder, why do people love this book? This book, it's to me, this book contradicts itself in many ways. I don't know if my dislike comes from the fact that I am Nigerian, and I just think that there are consequences for actions. And while I was that age, while I was a teenager, I'd have never done something so stupid. So maybe I am not giving the characters enough grace. And I know that I'm one of those people who always say, oh, don't judge characters too harshly, or don't say you don't like a book because of how the characters act. But has to be one of the books that I do not like because I could not just understand the characters, their actions. While I was reading this book, it felt like a drag at a point for me. You're journeying through the book, you are wondering what happened to the main character, Cadence Sinclair. She seemed to have lost her memory after a bad fall. So, but it seems like something else was behind that fall. So that's what we're trying to learn. At the point, it was already dragging. I was like, when are you going to finish? Then we got to the plot twist. And I think everybody just loves the plot twist because everyone thought, like me, everyone thought this has to be some summer romance. So what could possibly have gone wrong? That was what everyone really went to the book thinking. But only to find out that this is no summer romance and this is actually a tragedy. And if you're watching this review, tread carefully because I will be giving spoilers because I have to just express how much I think that the book and the show makes no sense. It follows this girl, Cadence Sinclair, this Sinclair family actually. So Sinclair family, they always go to Beachwood Island. It's a private island for this family. They own this estate, this place, and they go every summer to just have family time during this time. Then the patriarch of the family, Harry Sinclair, describe him as a puppet master here, because everyone's at his beck and call. Everyone feels like they have to suck up to him in order to gain favors, monetary favors, of course, bordering on inheritance and everything. So everyone is basically walking on eggshells on this island just so that to please the patriarch. As time goes on, years go by, things start to escalate as the siblings, the three sisters of the Sinclair family, they start bickering over inheritance. Everybody wants something or the other. Everybody have their personal issue, just selfishness. So boom, the liars here are Cadence, Johnny, Mirren, and a frequent visitor to the island. Gat here frequents the island because his uncle happens to be dating Johnny's mother. When Gat lost his father, his uncle now, out of the kindness of his heart, decided, okay, come along with me to help his sister, basically. So that's how Gat started frequenting the island, and they just became this group. When the mischievous as children are, they started calling them the Liars. So that's how they got the nickname the Liars. So the Liars decided to burn down the family house because of the bickering was just too much. They saw that their mothers were forcing them to act a certain way so that their grandfather would be pleased. So it was just they're now baiting each other, like trying to pit the cousins against each other. It was just all like that. And so they decided to boom. And also on top of that, the patriarch of the family, Harry Sinclair here, he's so controlling that he even controls who his children, the daughters, get married to. So, and they also notice that this man is also racist. Yeah. So, with all the family drama going on, these four thought that we should burn down this house. And for the show tried to really add a lot of oomph to the story because when you read the book, you're like, this is an interesting twist that happened. So the twist here is that, and spoiler alert, the twist here is that while they tried to attempt burning the house down, they burned the house down, but it came with casualties, and those casualties happened to be the other three liars. That's Mirren, Johnny, and Gat. Only Cadence came out unscathed. So all through the summer of her trying to remember what happened to her, she learns that her favorite people in the world actually died in that fire, along with the family dogs. So yeah, that's what happened in We Were Liars. And I just couldn't understand why they would go decide to do that. And I just said, okay, because they don't understand consequences. But I was hoping her guards would understand consequences as well. at least, because he seems to be well read. He seems to he's the one who comes from a normal family. The Sinclairs are the ones that are living in, oh, yeah, this perfect family and living in La La Land, that are really out of touch with reality. But I was expecting God to say this is a stupid idea, but he agreed to the idea. And I cannot just even excuse it, because I just think that they were just being spoiled, privileged people. I don't think that, oh, because my mother and her sisters are having issues, so I should burn down the house so that they can stop fighting. I don't know how you just excuse it. Although the Prime Video adaptation, they try to put in more to the story, like, okay, let us part it, make it look nice, presentable. Because if they just went by the book, what happened in the book, I don't think a lot of people like the show, because it was just very, okay, is that it? Even after watching the show, I said, oh, I still maintain, okay, is that the reason why you should burn a house, commit arson? I cannot understand. And although you might want to argue that, oh, they are just young and stupid children, I'm privileged and very idiotic, if you ask me, because I cannot understand why they will burn the house down. I'm sorry. For people that have read the book and have not seen the show, or for people that have seen the show and have not read the book, the book reads a lot different from the show. Like I said earlier, they try to package it more just so that it can sound very palatable or look palatable on screen, which happens a lot for books. In the book, we had a very narrow vision. So Cadence here, our protagonist, we see everything from her point of view. What here, the adults have point of view, so we can understand where they're coming from. We get to see their side. Then also on the show, we get to see the backstory for Mirren, Johnny, Gat to an extent. Even Gat in the show, Gat's mother even showed up. In the book, there was no such thing. Then also we get to see more backstory to Mirren, Johnny, besides what Cadence already tells us, because you know that you can only know somebody so far. So yeah, we saw that part. Then we have island guests in the show, but in the book there were no island guests at all. Gat's mother showed up on the island. There was just also this yacht party that happened. No such thing happened in the book. The lemon hunt was There was no such thing as a lemon hunt in the book. I think this one was just to like add more heat to the fire. If that makes sense. Add more to the fire to make us say, okay, he's such a bad person. So the lemon hunt one, and even to me, it did not quite land as well. Okay, so what your grandfather is silly and a narcissist. It still does not excuse your reason to commit arson. Johnny has a huge scandal in the show. In the book, there was no such thing. He was just this. He was a very pretty interesting character, though, very outspoken. Yeah, but he didn't. He was not this rich kid that had this scandal from school. But yeah, he had. They added that to Johnny's character. And Mirna has a love interest here. No such thing in the book. She had this guy that she admired, but it was just even a lie at the end of the day, just so she could sound cool. Do you know how it is? I just want to also have stories to tell your cousins. That was Miriam's story in the book, but in the show, she has a love interest. Then the Black Pearls, there was in a book. It just happened that they were so stupid in the book that they did not really they shared themselves that, okay, you burn your space, you burn your space, different places, parts of the house. But in the show, they tried to say, okay, Cadence went back for the Black Pearls that her auntie and her mother they are fighting over. But there was no. That's why she delayed in the fire, and that's why Gat had to run into the fire. But in the book, Gat also was assigned a designated place to was assigned a place to burn down. The fire went out of control, and the entire house went down, and only Cadence could get out. That was what happened in the book. But for the show, Gat got tired of waiting for them in the runaway boat, in the getaway boat. So he went to the house while Cadence wasted time by going to get the black pearls. So yeah, that's what happens in Elias. If you think otherwise about what I think about this book, then let me know in the comments. But I won't try to even try to psych myself up into liking this book. I think I gave it 3 stars because I was thinking to myself, okay, you like a good plot twist, and this one gave a good plot twist. Because at first we were thinking, what could have possibly happened so that it was so bad that these people cannot talk about it? Her brain is trying to protect her from the fact that she lost her favorite people in the world. So I was thinking, okay, what could have possibly happened? Johnny, Miriam, you spill. But at the end, you will learn that they're actually just ghosts that came to help Cadence get her memory back. And yeah, that was interesting in the book. But for the show, I just think that it won't expose the book more that okay, this even doesn't make sense. Why would you burn down something? But overall, it was a decent show. It was a decent read. I gave the book 3 stars. I'm thinking of knocking off 2 stars out of a book because, and for the show, I thought it was a nice binge. I'll say it was just okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that oh you love this show slash you book so much? I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear you excuse our sin. Until next time, do take care of yourself. Goodbye.